Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing another controversial opinions video. I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any topics you wanted me to talk about that are controversial, and they are too controversial, you guys. There's controversial and then there's like completely polarizing, and you guys are really begging me to talk about things that you can't. Brutal, some of these things. Like, man, I feel like it used to be kind of lighthearted controversial topics, and maybe the world just isn't lighthearted anymore, but it sure feels like it. Because I am going to hop into talking about some controversial topics, my opinions on them, and what you guys wanted to know. Before we do that, I am going to thank today's sponsor, which is Wild. If you have not heard of Wild, they have the best deodorant. It is so amazing. The deodorant is in this refillable aluminum packaging, which is durable and easy to use. And the refills are made from compostable bamboo, and every refill saves 30 grams of plastic. So all you do is take off the top, and there are these little buttons on the side. You squeeze both and you pull the base out. Push it onto the base, replace it, twist it up. I also have their body wash, which is also refillable. And I love that. I love the refillable packaging. It smells so good. They have safe, natural ingredients with no harsh chemicals, no aluminum salts, no parabens. They have shea butter and coconut oil for moisture. They're vegan and cruelty-free, and they're gentle on skin. The coconut and vanilla is my favorite scent. I just think it is so lovely. And they also have this delightful cherry blossom scent or ocean mist. Wild offers a flexible subscription service, so you can receive refills straight to your mailbox. You can change and try new scents whenever you like. I love the sustainable packaging. I love that it's refillable and that it is aluminum instead of just having to toss plastic every time. The fact that it's refillable is my favorite part about it, and it's just a really lovely deodorant. It smells absolutely amazing. You guys loved Wild so much last time that my discount code is back, and that is the code RawBeauty, and that will save you 20% off at checkout of any Wild Beauty products, and that is live till the end of the month. So again, that code is RawBeauty at checkout to get you 20% off of any Wild products. And I thank you, Wild, so much for sponsoring today's video. And let's hop into my controversial opinions. I don't really feel like sitting at my desk right now just because it's such a lovely day. So we're going to talk about my controversial opinions while I scoop compost. All right, controversial opinion number one. A lot of you wanted me to talk about the current and terribly awful topic of the TikTok page, Wren Eleanor. I actually, interestingly enough, have a video planned to talk about this completely in detail. I think many of you probably won't be surprised at my reaction to it. If you don't know about Wren Eleanor, or what that page is, it's a mother who, when she had her child, decided to start posting videos about her. Really, really adorable little videos. Just, you know, I think you've probably seen the page often where it's like the way that I would dress my child, the way grandma dressed her. Went viral back in, I think, 2020. Since then has been a really hot topic of controversy because back in, I believe it was 2022, somebody had noticed some concerning things such as videos of the child who I think at this time is like 1.5 to 2, maybe 3, started posting videos that were more suggestive in nature. Don't get it twisted. Not like blatant, but the thing is, pedos don't need to see things that are blatant. A child eating a hot dog is enough, and as horrifying as that statement is, that is what the content was.
Y'all can fuss at this lady all you want, but she is not gonna stop posting her daughter anytime soon. Jacqueline, a mommy TikToker who runs this account / digital scrapbook for her daughter Wren, is under fire once again for posting content featuring her daughter, some of which can be interpreted to be suggestive. Like this video that she posted of her daughter sitting down on this whoopee cushion in a dress. I'm not gonna share it for obvious reasons, but this one in particular just gave me the ick. And this lady knows what she's doing, y'all, because why would she make something like this the thumbnail on her videos? That's a bottle of frozen honey, but why does it look like a limp ding-a-ling? Now, of course, everybody's worried about the safety of this child, considering her face is all over the internet and so many people are saving and sharing her videos, prompting Jacqueline to make a video addressing everybody's concerns, which was so sincere, and you can tell she was not reading off a script at all.
TikTok analytics show that my followers are 76.8% female. That's more than 13 million females, including lots of moms.
There's no telling how much money she's making off of what some people may consider exploiting her daughter. The risk may be worth the reward right now, but I really want to know how Wren is going to feel about this when she's older.
You might think, well, it's probably innocent enough. It's just a mom who doesn't see the bad side of the world and just wanted to post their kid, and, you know, I'm sure she didn't do it on purpose. Well, as soon as it started getting brought up to our attention, the mom doubled down, came out with a statement that was written, I assume, by a lawyer, was as follows.
The past few months have been incredibly distressing, and I've learned a lot. What started out as a hobby to make a digital scrapbook for my daughter Wren grew into an interesting role for me as a single stay-at-home mom. Wren is my #1 priority, and her upbringing and safety are my top job 24 hours a day. This account has allowed me to provide for my daughter and to set aside money for her future. I'm not sure how this conspiracy theory got started and spiraled out of control. What you need to know is that no law enforcement agencies I conferred with, including the FBI, have found any proof that my daughter's likeness appears on inappropriate websites. These rumors are 100% false. If anyone has real tangible proof, please contact me immediately. My email appears within my TikTok profile. What is true, Wren is a happy, healthy 3-year-old. The videos we film together for my account a couple of hours a week are fun and lighthearted. TikTok analytics show that my followers are 76.8% female. That's more than 13 million females, including lots of moms. And I thank you for watching and for your interest in my family. What baffles me is that rumor spreaders express such passionate concern for my daughter, yet law enforcement has found zero real proof about these untrue allegations. Creating videos talking about scurrilous rumors that my 3-year-old daughter appears on porn sites isn't proof. Repeating false information over and over will never convert into fact. Doing so is wrongfully smearing my daughter's name and unjustly damaging my reputation. What I've learned from this ordeal, I realize I should have spent more time reading the community's comments. With millions of followers, this is no easy task. If these false rumors have prompted parents to rethink how they let their kids be involved in social media, that is a good thing. Honor and act upon your personal decisions, but please, do not mom shame me because we have different parenting styles. I look forward to making more videos with my daughter, and I am committed to making changes when I turn my account comments back on. I will filter them to remove offensive comments and report and block accounts as necessary. Online safety precautions that will remain in effect include disabling the ability to download or duet our videos. Stopping sexual predators is a job for law enforcement. The TikTok community, including parents, can play an active role in this effort by forwarding real evidence to help the authorities catch the creeps. Let me say it again. If you have real evidence, please contact me. I would do the same for your child. Thanks for listening, and you can read the full version of my statement on my Instagram account, TikTok Wren.
Instead of taking any responsibility, really, it's, hey, I don't post this content for those people. And in fact, actually the majority of my audience is female. And actually, I haven't found any of that stuff on any other site. And if you guys actually see anything that's bad, please let law enforcement know. Now, to be clear, this is the painfully Cliff's Notes version of this scenario. People discovered that there was a problem with these videos. More of the innocent videos where it was just a child skipping along at the park, you know, maybe 2,000 saves. And don't forget, this account has over 17 million followers, and the account is 99% the child. The mom is a very small feature in the channel. So for people to say this isn't child exploitation, what is it? So if you don't know, TikTok or all these social media sites now have a thing called saves. You can save the video and look at it at a later date or do whatever you're gonna do. And they noticed that the videos of this child where she's doing things that are in a more suggestive manner, like I said before, eating a hot dog, sitting on a whoopee cushion, the frozen honey video, a lot of these videos where there's a more phallic shaped item, I should say, had a shit ton of saves.
This one of a 3-year-old in a crop top has been saved 45,000 times. Wren eating a hot dog at a fair 375,000 times. Then people started noticing what happens when you type Wren into the search bar. All these searches come up, and that's obviously the top searches for this thing. Most of them are gone now, but some of them were like Wren scandalous outfits. She's 3. One that still pops up is Wren pickle.
That shows people, hey, there's probably some nefarious reasons that people are saving these videos, because specifically the only ones that are being saved are the ones where it's like that. And we can all put 2 and 2 together of why some creepy motherfucker would save these videos, right? Yeah, we can. This happened again, like I said, the statement that she put out was in 2022. It's now 2024. It's coming up again, I think because some other videos have been released. And so when she makes the video saying, hey, the majority of my audience is female and I haven't found these videos on any other site, her safety is my #1 priority. Here's where my opinion comes in. Controversial opinion. I don't know if it's controversial. I hope it's not. Obviously, I'm not the only one who thinks this, because there are a lot of videos being made about this right now, so much so that the mom has turned off the comments on the videos. Instead of listening to people and not posting videos, she just turns off the comments but keeps the saves on weirdly. The thing is if safety was your #1 priority and your top concern, you wouldn't film videos of your kid. You wouldn't be posting videos of your toddler on the internet, because if it's even one person that could be doing nefarious things with that, one is too many. To say 10% of my audience is male, 90% is female, if 5% of those, that's still too many. If it's 1%, that's still too many. So forgive me to say safety is my number one priority. If safety was your number one priority, the first time this was brought to your attention, you would have stopped doing it. Because if safety was your number one priority, the first time someone comments something like, oh, she's so cute or hot, or ooh, she's so mature for her age, or a bunch of tongue emojis, you would have shut that shit down immediately. But safety isn't your number one priority. It mustn't be. What it must be is money, or you're a creep yourself, because there's no other reason that anybody else would continue to do these things knowing what you know. There's just no way. You can't know that creeps are out there watching your kid and in good conscience post videos of them eating hot dogs. For what other purpose did that video need to go out to a bunch of strangers on the internet? Was it that cute? Was it that funny? Was it worth it? I don't think it was. And I don't know that she, really understands the gravity of the situation. She says she does, but does she, or does a lawyer? Because it didn't sound like a human mom talking. It sounded like a canned PR response written from an attorney who she hired so that people would stay off her back. And, shutting the comments down, that's one way to stop it, I guess, to stop the conversation, but it's not going to stop on other sites. It's horrifying. And I think that it sort of gives me hope that people are starting to call it out now, that people are starting to say something, that people are starting to see something and say something, that people are like, hey, this feels off to me. Here, I'm going to say something. And I actually think that's a really great thing that the internet has done, protecting children. And I think that that's awesome. I think it's really sad that in today's society, parents need to be told what is and isn't appropriate. The internet, I wish I could say I trusted it. I wish I could say that there aren't creeps out there watching your kid, and people saying it's not my responsibility to not post to the internet because of a creep. It's your only responsibility. You don't have to do this. You could make content. There are plenty of mom accounts out there who make content about children and about being a mother and about being a parent without exploiting their children. Plenty. And specifically without doing the cover photo and the content surrounding very odd things. Like
this mother decided it was a good idea to make a video of her daughter playing with a whoopee cushion, sitting on it in a dress, and then proceeded to make this the cover photo. Out of respect for this child, I am covering the image, but this video alone has 3.7 million views. She posted a video of her daughter riding a horse, right? I went through the comments, saw this guy comment on it. He's a grown man. Also saw this guy comment on it. I went through his likes, and every one of his videos that he likes involves a child. Decided to freeze honey in a bottle and give it to her toddler. 388,000 saved. And this mom is literally doing this intentionally. There was so many people in her comments telling her about this, but now people are just like, all right, we know you see the comments. She commented and she told everybody that if you don't agree with children being online, to please block her. And not to mention intentionally making the cover photos things like this. Last but not least, this video. If nobody speaks up about this, nothing is going to change.
Even if one person out there is improperly consuming that content, that's horrifying and should be horrifying to any parent out there. So my opinion, I hope not controversial, on the Wren Eleanor situation. The account needs to be shut down, in my opinion. The mom needs to be held accountable for, the content that she's been putting out there. And, I'm sure she loves her child. I really highly doubt that she's trying to put her child in harm's way blatantly. But I think that ultimately the fame, the money, 17 million followers, and I'm sure the brand deals that come with that and the exposure that comes with that is enough to corrupt the morals of some people. And I really, really hope that nothing worse ever comes of it, and that it just does end up being a little blip in time of weird shit. But the internet has proven that it's worse than we all thought. Not better, worse. So the next one you guys wanted me to talk about was TikTokers attending award shows. Now it's funny because I actually asked my friend Kat, she comes here 2 days a week and helps watch our kiddo so I can film. It's funny because I asked her and my husband ahead of time. I was like, what do you guys think about TikTokers attending award shows? And I'm so glad I did, because they've kind of shifted my perspective. Hello? Because initially I was gonna be like, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, they have an unbelievable influence as far as follower count is concerned. Sounds like a damn rocket. They have an unbelievable influence as far as follower count is concerned, but as cringe as sometimes it may seem, follower count means a lot in today's day and age in society. So I'm not surprised about it. And I didn't know about Billie Eilish kind of making like a little snide sort of comment, I guess, about it at one of the recent award shows. And a lot of people were saying like she was a bully for doing so, and also like that TikTokers being at award shows is hella cringy. Look, I see both sides. Do I think it's cringy? It is. A lot of the times in the regard of the reason that some TikTokers are famous is from like, whereas the celebrities at these award shows are like critically acclaimed, spent their entire lives working towards this very moment, and to share the seats with like 17-year-old broccoli head TikTokers. Like, I get it. I get why people hate on it, but like society made it that way. Society's costume.
Oh man.
Society's costume. It is the way it is. It's not gonna change, really. Do I care if a TikToker attends an award show? No. Doesn't bother me. When I see somebody doing something that I wish I was doing, I get jealous. And I want to be like, why would they allow those people to go? Who do they think they are? And in some regard, they're not wrong. Like, but in the same regard, it's today's modern day celebrity. And so I guess I ask the question, at what point is somebody famous enough to be valid in attending an award show? At what point do we stop saying, why are they there? Like, do they have to be in a movie? Do they have to be in a music video? Do they have to be a singer? Do they have to be, what is it that we see as a society and then we're like, no, they deserve to be there? Because is it just actors and actresses? No, because there are musicians and you think, oh, well, musician is okay to be there, but not a TikToker. So is it about influence? These are actual questions I'm asking. Like, what do you think? When do you think, you know what, they deserve to be there? It's okay that they're there. Because I feel like anytime I see somebody like Addison Rae or larger influencer at an event, people are always like, why the fuck are they there? And it's like, how many followers does it take? How much influence does it take for them to be valid in being there? Like, can Mr. Beast go? He's 100 and something million subscribers. Okay, no, not him. Okay, should they have their own section? Should they be separated from the celebrities? Well, then when can they commingle? You know what I'm saying? Like, should they not be invited at all? Like, if you're an online presence, should you never be allowed to be around celebrities at an event? I think that sounds silly, but I would love to hear the alternative. What's the alternative? Is the alternative what? What is your alternative? Like, if you don't like it, you don't want TikTokers at award shows, should they just have their own award shows like the Shorty Awards and the Streamies and be completely separate from other people? But then, like, what about like Troye Sivan, who Troye Sivan was like a YouTuber who turned musician, who's like very popular now and has like done incredible music. So would Troye Sivan be at the Streamies or would he be at the Grammys? Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess, where is the line? I don't know. I don't really know the answer to that. My opinion, I don't care. Pop culture means nothing. Like, it has no bearing on my life at all. So I really don't have an opinion. I see both sides. I totally see why people get annoyed seeing TikTokers there when, like, okay, I'll use the example that my husband gave because he was like, no, I don't think that they should be there. And that he's valid for that. So he said, and this is kind of hurtful and honestly, being a social media influencer myself, I don't feel offended by this. It's like fast fashion versus designer. It's like Oppenheimer versus a TikTok dance. It's like a graffiti artist versus a fine artist at a museum. Like, some of these actors are like critically acclaimed, have been working at this their entire lifetime, have made pieces of works that will stand the test of time, like Schindler's List and like Oppenheimer and all these movies. And then to have a TikTok dancer alongside of them, to him was kind of like, no, it's not the same thing, so it deserves a different space. And I don't know. What do you think? Like, it's not to say that we're the We're the dollar store version, but at the end of the day, we're a new I'm saying we as in like influencers, content creators, etc. It's a new kind of celebrity. I have never felt celebrity ever in my life. Granted, I have like no followers at the end of the day, but like, what do you guys think? Because me, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of influencers, but I also am one. So if I got invited, I would go. I would be super stoked to go. At the same time, like, that's hypocritical. Like, it's the same with like the Tarte trip that I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes. Like, I went on a trip in with Tarte trip, and it was one of the best trips of my lifetime. And so am I the best person to ask about the Tarte trip? Probably not. But also I have kind of a unique perspective on it, given that I have been tripping with Tarte once. And that was like one of my main goals. Like, I literally wanted to do it my entire life, and it was everything I wanted it to be. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So I don't know, it's kind of a unique perspective, but I think that at the end of the day, for me, it makes sense that social media content creators, TikTokers, are invited to award shows because they hold so much influence, and it also diversifies the audience of people who are going to be seeing things. And also it kind of guarantees, and likely maybe even so with posts that they're required to make, that those outlets get more exposure and get talked about a lot more and get different eyes on them that maybe only watch social media influencers and not typical TV Grammys type of shit. Maybe they get more viewers that way. Well, obviously get more viewers that way. And all press is good press, even negative. So even when people are hating on like an Addison Rae being there, you're still talking about the Grammys. You're still talking about it. So actually for them, it's all good. So there is no negative to it for them, even if you hate on it, because it's all good to them. The next topic, Tarte Bora Bora. Oh man, people are mad about Tarte Bora Bora. And you know, I feel like there are some people that can explain it a little better than me. So I'm gonna have you watch this TikTok right now to explain a little bit better than me why people are mad.
Tarte sent influencers on an all-expense paid brand trip to Bora Bora, and a lot of people find this disrespectful and tone deaf. Before I get into the details of the actual trip, let's talk about how each of these influencers received PR care packages before they even got in Bora Bora. They got Jordans, they got a Beast, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Beast base tote bag. I know that brand's expensive. They got custom Tarte sweatpants, a sweatsuit, and then y'all, this is what got me. They got them the ultimate, well, not ultimate, but very popular vlogging camera, the Canon G7X, to make sure they capture the content. And then you already know that they had to arrive to Bora Bora in style. Tarte flew them out in a private jet that had champagne, there was caviar, they were popping bottles with all the fancy seating and the free Tarte cosmetics and the hot towels. And then of course you can't go to Bora Bora without staying in one of the over-the-water bungalows. And did I forget to mention that each influencer got to bring a +1? This is the inside of the bungalow, and it is absolutely stunning. And then of course they had more free swag from Tarte on the inside, including bikinis, hats, a Tarte Stanley Cup. And then also, y'all, they get to pet puppies while they're there from the local animal shelter. And I thought this part was cool. Each of the bungalows has this little window or panel in the floor where you can see the water below you. And then of course, they made sure to give everybody a vast array of Tarte products, which somebody said that some of these influencers don't even be using Tarte like that, yet they got invited on the trip. Bringing me to my next point, a lot of people feel like Tarte is very tone deaf for hosting a brand trip right now, considering the current state of the economy. Netizens feel some type of way that this multi-million-dollar company is flying out influencers who are already rich, right? They've already made their money off of social media out to Bora Bora. Meanwhile, the average person is living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet, yet they have to watch rich people enjoy a luxury vacation that they do not have to pay for, and they feel that Tarte could have used that money to fly out a nurse, teacher, single mom, you name it. And overall, people feel like this gross display of wealth is making them not want to buy Tarte at all, instead of doing what a brand trip is supposed to do, which is advertise and promote the brand. Now, Tarte did reply to this Instagram comment where this person says, instead of sending influencers on these expensive brand trips, maybe send some of your loyal customers instead. And you can see in Tarte's reply that they actually did include 2 customers on this trip to Bora Bora. I'm assuming they want a giveaway or something. Another reason why this whole brand trip is giving people the ick is because Avery Woods was also invited to go, who was just under fire, y'all, for posting a very cringy video where she talks about the love for her son versus her daughter.
My boy moms feel me on this, but my son has my heart. my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. But my whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like she was giving emotional smincest for her son there. This brand trip is a PR nightmare. Let me know what y'all think about this down below.
So I have a unique experience in this, in that, like I said before, I have actually been tripping with Tarte. One of the highlights of my life, let me tell ya. It was as good as everyone says it is. Oh, baby. Oh. When I first signed on with my management company, they were like, what are your goals? Like, what are your 5-year goals? And I was like, I just want to fucking go tripping with Tarte. Because at that point, I had watched all these influencers go to Bora Bora, Turks and Caicos. They were going to fucking the most amazing places. Fiji. What's that other one? Oh, the one that everybody was going to. The Maldives. Baby. Oh my God. And I'm not gonna lie to you. They were getting drones, they were getting Cartier bracelets, they were doing karaoke, they were having fun. They were just living on vibes, dude. Creating content, flying drones. Then COVID happened, right? And I feel like brand trips just really stopped. And maybe before that, they kind of stopped a little bit too. And now they're back up because, you know, the world is getting relatively pretty much back to normal, which is really amazing. People are pissed. They're like, in this economy. So like I said before, there's no such thing as bad press, and that is the same with Tarte too. Tarte, I feel like, really was looked at very positively in the makeup sphere in the last year. There are maracuja juicy lip oil things everywhere. Like, people are talking about them all the time. They take a bunch of influencers to Bora Bora. They're all in these little overwater bungalows. They're all swimming with sharks, vibing, and all the free drinks and all the free food and all the free vibes that anyone could ever ask for, and a private jet. People are pissed, and they're like, how fucking dare you? First of all,
Number one, how dare you?
why don't you take your customers? Why are you taking a bunch of entitled idiot influencers? Why didn't you take me? I do understand. I do. I get it. You got to look at it from the brand's perspective, okay? You don't have to, but you might want to. These brands know what they're doing. These trips cost them less probably than you think they do. Because first of all, they are not paying full price for these rooms. I know that for 100% fact. But second, they get a lot of the other things for free. The makeup is at cost for them. You guys are gonna ride in my shirt. You're gonna have a really good angle, okay? You're gonna have a really good angle for a few minutes. We're gonna ride right over to the garden. They are having now the combined following of all of these influencers that they take to get that much, because there's posting requirements when you go on these trips. Like, they don't just send you for free and expect nothing of you. They expect you to post. They expect a certain amount of on-the-grid posts, a certain amount of TikToks, a certain amount of things that you have to do to get the trip for free, basically. It's not just a free trip, it's a free trip. And they're getting something out of it. They're getting a bunch of social posts. And if you look at the combined following, that's a lot of cheese, a lot of quiche. Even if they have a whole bunch of mad customers, it's kind of the same thing as like the Grammys or any of these other places, Academy Awards. If you're mad, you're still talking about them. Like, that's the thing. The brand relationships that they make off of trips like this, it's got to be invaluable for them. Because first of all, they're gifting a whole bunch of Tarte product. They just got to go on the trip of a lifetime. They're hoping they get to go back. They are gonna probably likely post more about Tarte, hoping that they get invited on next year's Trippin' with Tarte. And the amount of impressions, the amount of reach, people are gonna forget eventually. The online world moves very quickly, but this is gonna ruffle some feathers maybe. But I kind of think of it like the ABH PR search. Do you remember that? Remember how annoying that was? You remember how everybody was trying to get on the ABH PR list? And so all you saw was ABH PR search everywhere. Like, all people were fucking posting about, because all they wanted was free makeup. So ABH added like 10,000 people to their PR list. Didn't matter if they had 12 followers, 12,000, 12 million. In fact, it was kind of like the less followers you have, the better. Like, it was less likely that you would receive PR from ABH if you were a large influencer, and more likely that you would receive it if you were a smaller indie content creator who was just kind of up and coming. And eventually they took everyone off the list because I'm sure the return on investment wasn't what they were hoping for. I don't know, but it doesn't make logical sense for a brand to send their customers, because their customers don't have that same reach. I think they did say they sent 2 customers or something. Again, I went tripping with her. I don't have any problem with this. I got invited to Hawaii, I think it was 2018. It was literally, to this day, one of the highlights of my life. One of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire life. 10 of 10 would recommend. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Who would turn down that trip? Nobody. But also, I think they are really lavish. They kind of lack taste in today's climate of like, hey, there's a lot of shit going on. People can't really even afford groceries. And they're taking a bunch of people to Bora Bora. But also, Tarte really cares about the bottom line, I'm sure. And the bottom line for them is advertising. And it is a hell of a lot cheaper for Tarte to fly somebody out to Bora Bora, stay in that overwater bungalow, free food, free drinks, which I'm sure is like a group rate at this place, free makeup, and all that content they get out of it. And now all the people talking about it, me making videos about it. This is such good PR for Tarte. Even if initially it looks negative to them, I am sure that overall this looks positive for their company because, like I said, all press is good press. So at the end of the day, I get why people are annoyed. And I will say, brand trips are not a new thing, but because they went away for like 3 years during the pandemic, there was a whole group of people that had never really seen this before because TikTok became like a big thing. So a lot of people were like, dude, look what these brands are doing. They're doing this, they're doing that. If you saw these brand trips back in the day, they were literally giving people Cartier bracelets that cost $15,000. Like they were lavish to the extreme, way more so than this Bora Bora trip. This one looks mild in comparison to some of the previous trips. I think by that time, the time that I went, it was like 2018, that had so been looked down negatively upon after like the benefit trips, after like all the Tarte trips that had happened previously, that brands were really like reeling it in. It was pretty good. Normal. I don't have anything to say about anything other than it makes full sense that people are annoyed. It also makes sense that Tarte is still doing it, and it is nothing new. People were getting pissed back in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. People are pissed now. It's just over excessive abundance and overconsumption and lavish life when people are paying $300 for like a quarter of a cart of groceries is probably why people are mad right now. But at the end of the day, like I said, people were pretty pissed back then too. Like I remember drama channels and people were making videos left and right about all of these trips that people were going on. And there was so many drama videos made about them and like dramatic influencers on the trip. So it's not like this is new. This is just yet another brand trip that's looked negatively upon. And the brand is probably doing better than ever. Tarte, they've made really great connections with influencers because of this, connections with a lot of potential customers because of these influencers, if you really think about it. And I'm sure that that's their bottom line, as is most brands. I've still got 2 more garden beds to do this too, but maybe I should pull some weeds. Let's pull some weeds for a minute. What is it? What are you? You're so cute. You guys are sitting on a pile of compost. I'll just touch on this quickly. Your own medical issues that you seek supplements for instead of medications. Since when? Since when? I'm on SSRIs. I'm on medication. I literally have been on medication for coming up on 3 years. Where have I started trying to seek supplements? I literally asked doctors and I was like, what should I do? And 2 doctors gave me lists of supplements to take. So unless you're a doctor, suck my ass. But yeah, I'm literally I take medication. Like I literally take it. I took it this morning. I take medication every day. Just trying to get off of as many medications because I don't know, isn't that a goal? Why is it a bad thing to not want to take so many medications? Like I will absolutely take them if necessary, but also if a supplement can do something great, then awesome, I'll take that. Somebody said AI art should art be left to humans? Should there be AI art? It's too late. It's too late for these conversations, my friends. AI exists and it is done. We're done. I'm not trying to be too dark about it, but I think we're having this conversation and it's too late. Like we can't go back. We fucked up. We did. We let AI art become a thing. Not only become a thing, but take over art in general. And it's too late. Like we're screwed. We screwed ourselves. It's too strong. It's too powerful. And we can't come back from this. I think we, as a society, really have screwed ourselves. Because think about this. Me and Zach were talking about this. And like, unless the internet is outlawed or something, or like phones are outlawed, or it's not gonna happen, but if it did, okay, that's the only way we could go back to a life where AI or the internet wasn't taking over. Because, hey, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to say that I think, yes, art should be left to people, but this is neither here nor there. At this point It's too late. It's already taken over. I've already seen that AI can make real-time changes and adjustments. And a year ago, Will Smith eating the spaghetti was like horrifying, and now it's like so realistic you can't even believe it. It's almost like we screwed ourselves. It's too late. It's done. What's done is done. This is what people have been warning about. Remember Elon Musk going on a podcast a few years ago and being like, oh, the biggest threat to humanity is AI. And he's like, but I'm going to create it because it's too late. It's already happening. It's already too late. We've did ourselves. And I was like, well, that's a little crazy. That's a little crazy talk. Isn't it, Mr. Musk? Well, he did. He did it. He did it. He did what he said he was going to do. And he made it is already ruining art. It's already taking over jobs. It's a slippery slope. It's only a matter of time before it is so good you will not be able to tell the difference. And already it's tricking people and fooling people. Videos of puppies running in the snow, you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference. And that is like after a year of it being out. Imagine after 15 years of it being out or 20 years of it being out. But I think that while it is too late, I think that maybe people will get to a point where they're like, it's almost gonna be the opposite of social media. I can't really tell. I feel like it's gonna be, okay, another topic on here that I saw somebody talk about. So this will tie into AI. Or somebody mentioned in my things, and they were like, hey, what do you think about filler? And I saw somebody, if I can find it, I'll put it in here, but I don't know if I can. Somebody talk about like how so many people look so similar now because of filler that eventually those filler faces are going to be considered less attractive because they don't have like character to them anymore. And this isn't like to dog on anybody that gets filler. Like if you get filler, I literally don't give a literal shit what you do, but you do know what I'm talking about when I talk about what people with filler look like. There is like this face that injectors and surgeons use as like the blueprint, you know what I mean? Like they have the same face that they use over and over and over again, like the perfect lips and the perfect jawline and chin and cheekbones and Botox and no crow's feet. Like it can't help but look the same when the injections are the same. You see what I'm saying? Like if I got filler in my upper lip, I got cheekbones. If I got all his fat sucked out and got a sharper chin, like it couldn't help but look like sort of Kim Kardashian. But what the person was saying was that what they foresee happening, and I think I agree with this, is that filler will become so commonplace and more people will look like that our standard of beauty will change. Instead of that being the standard of beauty, which is why people do it in the first place, like the symmetry and the big lips, blah, the standard of beauty will become more like if you have quirk to your face, or if you have like a bump in your nose, or if you have smaller lips, or if it's like obvious you haven't gotten anything done with your face, that will then be the switch to the standard of beauty. You see what I'm saying? And I almost kind of agree with that in a way. And I feel like it's gonna be the same thing with AI. Like if something looks too perfect, if something doesn't look worn enough, if something isn't so obviously real, if it's too perfect in AI, which right now we think looks really great, eventually we're gonna be repulsed by that thing. And we need things to be like so clearly, authentically real. It'll be the exact same thing. Like instead of the perfect being what's sought after, it'll be the imperfect. And I sort of hope that becomes the case, but then AI will just get really good at being imperfect. So really, will it make that big a difference? I don't think so, but you know, you never know. I've been proven wrong in the past by things, and maybe that'll be the case. I really hope so. I hope this isn't the beginning of the end. All I'm saying is that from my perspective, it feels often like, I saw this video and I talked about this in a video previously, but there was a video of everybody walking around in the 1990s. It was like a video of people Christmas shopping. It's like the joke, like, oh, not a phone in sight. Everyone just living in the moment. But it's true. There was not a phone in sight. Everyone was just living in the moment because there wasn't phones. And that was the last grasp of connection. And it's not that people aren't connected now. We're more connected now than ever, while being the most disconnected. We're more digitally connected, more socially connected, too connected, while being the most lonely and disconnected that we've ever been as a species. And it's devastating. It's like an epidemic. Like loneliness is a huge problem in today's world. And you wouldn't think it would be possible to be as lonely as we are with as connected as we are, but that's because what we're doing right now, you watching me, while it might feel like you're talking to a person, your brain knows, as the book says, your body keeps the score. It knows it's not real human connection. And I feel like that video of the people walking around in the 90s and everybody was dressed up and everybody cared. There was like a social care. All of us cared about something. We all had this collective thing we were doing. We were all at the mall. We were all doing the same thing for the same purpose. and with the same level of excitement. Everybody was all gussied up and everyone was talking to each other, and there was nothing to distract you because we didn't have anything to distract us. And now it's pure distraction only, all the time. And I don't think it's a positive thing. I think that it's kind of devastating to know we'll never know a life again without distraction. I feel like social media was the death of boredom, but it was the beginning of this like epidemic of social isolation and loneliness. And I can feel it for myself. I have to literally, quite literally force myself out of it because it's just, I feel like it's so common. That's what we all do. That was my last 2 topics that I was planning on talking about, and that kind of converged into one. You know, ultimately, I thought I would make a full video about that as well, talking about fillers and the face and the beauty standard and kind of how things are changing. So if you guys are interested in seeing a full separate kind of deep dive video on that, please let me know. I would be happy to do it, but I don't want to vilify anyone or make anyone feel embarrassed or bad if they've chosen to go that route. I had a lip filler consultation back in the day. I wanted to get it done too because it does make people look stunning, and I do not think anybody that's gotten filler, like, I don't think that's bad. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what anybody does. I don't have an opinion on it one way or the other. I'm not somebody that, unless you're harming somebody else, do I care what you're doing with your life as long as you're just like happy and doing what works best for you. If that means getting cheek implants like the cheek filler face girl, or if that means loving yourself with the face you were born with, even if you don't, like, hey, it makes a lot of sense. Today's day and age, it's a tough world out there for us all to feel like we can fit in. But I think that's where I'm going to end the video here today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that it was somewhat interesting to watch, and that I don't know that any of my opinions are all that surprising, I suppose, at the end of the day. Some of the topics that people want me to talk about are like psycho, polarizing isn't even the word, like, and I get it. I asked for, let's get controversial, talk to me about some controversial things you guys wanted to know, but like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that to me. All right, well, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! Hello, can you sit there? Can you just do it? Just quit being a little baby back bitch about it. Thank you. You recording my sound? Are you recording my sound? Yes. I've seen their like maracuja juice, dude, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody, they're sending people here. They're doing this. They're doing that. If you saw these brands, are you focusing? Okay, let's back you up. Whoa, my camera's just literally dug down in a pile of compost. I'm sorry, what a piece of shit I am. Okay, there, stay. This angle's pretty. Useful little suckers. But it's only amount of time. It all can, you, did I get Daryl? Ugh.